What's up guys, welcome back to an episode of Gifted Hearts. I'm your host AK. Hope you guys have been enjoying the previous video and just started off right. For today's episode, I'm going to be interviewing a young man who's gifted with so many talents in his heart. This young man is a conceptual artist. He does drama and performance at UKZN Howard. He does photography, he's a creative director. And this man told me that most of his work is influenced by his roots as an African man. And before I mention his name, he told me that the meaning of his name means the son of the African soil. And that young man's name is Omega. Now, as you can see guys, today I'm sitting with Omega, and I just want to say, Omega bro, really appreciate it bro, appreciate it for you giving me the opportunity to interview you. And before we even get started, I just want to ask you, how you feeling though bro?
I'm feeling good, bro. Thank you for bringing me up. Thank you for noticing, bro. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great bro, I'm doing great. And my first question that I have for you is going to be, just tell us who is Omega?
Omega Zwe is a young boy who grew up at Richards Bay. There's a lot to it. We're gonna get to it later, but all you should know is that Uzwe at Richards Bay, and I do conceptual art.
And when would you say a conceptual artist was something that you have always had in your heart, no matter something that you just learned as time goes by? What made you choose Ubayon?
My journey to becoming a conceptual artist began with me playing around with the camera. It's me going outside with a tripod and a phone and taking pictures with no meaning behind them, until it went as far as people noticing that, okay, this thing is different. It's not the same as the pictures we normally take on the streets, maybe with umswango and stuff. It's something more articularitarian than just a picture. So me coming to UKZN and being introduced to theater and drama, that's where it started having that meaning, that conceptual meaning towards it. Yes. So me becoming a conceptual artist is coming to Durban, meeting other creators and creating.
Yeah. So basically, when you're in Richards Bay, it wasn't really something that you're into. It's something that you just found as you got here. Would you say that? Or otherwise, how about this? Okay, you coming to Durban compared to before you came to Durban, would you say you're still creative and something that you had a passion for?
Yes, I'd say I'm creative. I don't like putting myself in that category of creative people. I feel like God has the ultimate control over all the creativity, and it can be taken any day and any time, which is why I spoke about the project of what it means to have a gifted heart. To me, it means showing gratitude, because it can be taken any given time. It's not a talent, it's a passion. It can be taken any given time. So coming to Durban is actually me getting the meaning towards the work that I've been doing all those years. Yeah.
Yo, damn, yeah, that's deep to hear. It kind of reminds me a bit of myself because I'm not sure if perhaps you saw how in one of the interviews where I mentioned how originally I just enjoyed the art, but as times went by, I realized, okay, I can put my art into fashion. And when I was studying fashion design, I was like, you know what, I'm not ready to become a fashion designer. So what are other things that are out there that are creative, that I can have a passion for? And that ended up being me studying interior design, basically. So I can say I kind of relate to what you're saying, and yeah, it's true. That's the I wouldn't really say it's a dark side. It's just a fact. It can be taken away anytime. Yeah.
That's
Or would you say it is a dark side?
It is dark. It is dark. I feel like being a creative, you have to always be in a creative space. I should say mentally and physically, and not being able to create all the time, not being able to tap into that artist that you are. It's very disappointing, bro. Like when you show that on this month I'm going to achieve this with my art, but like the artist saying nah, is saying nah.
Yeah, damn. I get you. Yeah, someone was like,
When you say gifted hearts, what does that mean to you specifically?
okay, to me specifically, gifted arts to me, I'm not sure if like I've mentioned it in interviews, but here's how I came with the name Gifted Arts. So at first, I wanted to name the brand Creative Hearts, but at the same time, I was like, nah, hearing the word Creative Hearts, it just makes it obvious.
Makes it obvious, yes.
And not only that, another thing is, if you look at certain other companies, as time goes by, they sort of like go away from the main purpose. So you'll find that some company might start and be like a music company, only for them 5 years later now they're a film company, or whatever it is. So then I searched up some similar words, and I found the word gifted. And to me, being gifted, it means that, in simple form, I'd say, the reality is that we all have a gift. It doesn't have to be creative. For someone who's like a doctor, that's them being gifted with the knowledge and skill to help people and to get healed and so on. So to me, gifted hearts simply means that trying to look for the right word. I don't know how to say something that's gonna be. I'll say something trash. I'm trying to think what would be the right word. Being gifted just means you being unique and also using the skills and knowledge that you have to help yourself, your family, and friends. That's what it means to me. It's using the knowledge, power, and skill that you have to help yourself, your family, and friends, and people. That's what it means.
I think that's wonderful, bro. Like, we don't have that. Like, when I saw you doing the interview with this interviewer, I said, yo, bro, this is different. Like, this is different. And the fact that you didn't say maybe talented heart or talent what's heart, because that's the main objection that I tend to go against. That people always say, oh man, that is so cool, you have such a talent, and they dismissing all the hard work, the passion, the failures and stuff, and just wrapping it around the word it's a talent. So you saying it's a gifted heart, it's something that can be taken anytime, but it's precious to have. It's a gift.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yes.
And now we're gonna go on to like the third question. So last night when I was chatting to you, obviously you said to me that your name Omega means the son of African soul.
The son of the
And you're
African
often
soul.
influenced by your African roots. Can you just explain a bit more about it?
Everything I do, everything I make, whether it's in my literature or the pictures, it's deeply personal but yet political. What I mean about that is that when the initial project starts, maybe I'm beginning a trailer for a project, or I'm creative directing for a musician. It starts off as personal, me, what are my concerns as a person. So my concerns as a person, let me make an example. I have a very, very hard time speaking with people in crowds. So when I create art, that's where the masses keep quiet and observe the art, which is in a way me, because as I said, it's personal. Political, it's everyone around us. Like, we tend to see the government, schools, teachers oppressing the young, and we don't have those platforms to speak our minds. So art to me is a way of communicating my thoughts, my personal and the political.
Now we're going to move on to the fourth question. The fourth question is going to be this. Now, when it comes to you as a conceptual artist and your craft, what would you say are your struggles?
My struggles as a conceptual artist it's basically the politics of every day. Me going around people in spaces, trying to find meaning and myself as Omega, because that's one of the biggest problems I face as a conceptual artist, as Omega, to finding identity at the same time trying to raise awareness for other political issues. Yeah, I think that's it.
And then now we're going to move on to the fifth question, which is basically like the last question. Now, the question is going to be this. Where do you see yourself like in the next 10 years? And then, of course, see again, what impact are you just trying to make when it comes to you as a conceptual artist before like the day comes and God says, today is the day you're going to take your last heartbeat with the gift that you have in your heart?
When you say where do I see myself in 10 years, what do you mean, as in like creative wise or career wise? Can you please just...
I'd say career wise and creative wise.
Career wise, I like, at the moment I'm really into like drama and acting, like hardcore. That's my one dream towards everything that's happening right now. Film, photography, acting is one thing that never left my heart. Even though at the moment I'm not that advanced, I'm not that good, should I say? But yeah, man, I'd like to see myself somewhere directing some movie, somewhere in some country.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And when it comes to the acting part, which one do you tend to be more close to? Theater or like probably like digital like films?
I like film. I don't know if you've seen my videos. I recently did a film called this is an idea with Usia Ang. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he's an up and coming filmmaker, very good. Um, yeah, man, that's where I think it all started with the whole conceptual art and finding meaning into your work. It's taking your idea seriously, man. Like with everything that's going on, with people going to parties and stuff, us as creatives, we need to lock in into the vision.
Damn. I'm joking. And then of course, see like your answer to the one I said
My
like
my inspiration,
no like the last heartbeats part.
the last heartbeat. Can you please repeat that? It's
Oh, so when the day comes where God will say to you, today is the day you will take your last heartbeat with the gift that you have in your heart. Like basically, before you die, when you look back, what you want to be able to say, okay, this is what I've done as Omega. I've changed thousands of lives or whatever it is. Like, what would you want to be like able to say? I've done this.
I want to be able to plant a seed of inspiration towards in everyone that's behind me and everyone that's working with me right now. The whole point of me doing this whole thing is that I want I want to leave someone wanting to do something with their life, to create more, to create art. This to me is more than just a dream or a hobby. It's a way of living. In the next 10 to 15 years, you're gonna see Omega still creating art. I don't know in what form, in whatever shape or form, but it's going to be me creating art. So my message to anyone that's going to be pursuing this type of career or is pursuing this type of career is that, hey man, keep pushing.
Oh wait, oh wait. Well, there you have it, guys. That's Omega for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now, before we just shut it off, I just want to say, Omega, bro, big thank you. We'll definitely do another one as time goes by. And I just want to check. Suppose there are people out there who might want to get to know you better or probably do some collaborations or hire you. Where can they find you? Or like, are you at that point where they can hire you and do some work with you?
They can always DM me on Instagram if they got Instagram or email me at omegazwe7@gmail.com. At the moment, I don't think it is. I don't think I'd go with working with other people. I don't think I'd go with working with other people for money. I do need money to in order to continue working, but like at this moment in time, I just need to forge my career into what I want without any ulterior, because too long again. Because sometimes it's like you have to continue creating, but don't let things on the side. I don't know how I can explain it, but like things that don't associate with me as a brand, I wouldn't want to work for that, even if it was for money.
No, I totally get what you're saying. Yeah, it's one of those things where currently you're not really stressed or focused on the money. You're focused on building the craft and just getting the message out there for now as a creative, just building your name. Yeah. That's what you're basically saying.
Yes.
Like they're welcome to hit you up and do some work. They don't need to like be saying, okay, how much you gonna charge me? But as long as it's got to be something with creativity and interested in it, you're always open to it.
I'm always open for that. Yes, sir.
Wait. Well, there you guys have it.